People often ask me, what are the important things I need to know about taking care of my house? So here's a list of 10 things that you can consider in taking care of your home. Number one, it's obvious, but regular cleaning. Cleaning little by little is way better than letting things get really out of control and then trying to make up for it. Carpets need to be cleaned, appliances need to be cared for. So I know this is a big ask because all of us are busy with work and cleaning is not always a top priority. But cleaning things will keep them in better shape and will allow you to save money in the long run by not having to replace things that haven't been well kept up. Inspecting and maintaining your roof is really important, especially here in the Portland area where we have a lot of trees. If you start to get mold buildup, moss buildup on your roof, it's important that you get that cleared off because that can really damage the shingles on your roof. Also, making sure that your gutters are clean. That also can impact the lifespan of your house. Backed up gutters can sometimes leak back into the walls, cause damage inside the walls of the house. So make sure you've got regular maintenance of your gutters. The HVAC system, your furnace, your AC, those need to be cleaned and inspected regularly. A furnace should be inspected yearly. You should have maintenance done on it. And if you've got pets, kids, you might need to change the filters on a furnace every 3 months. It's really important that you know how to do that. I hate to say this because I've been in houses where I guess the seller didn't know they had a filter in their furnace and it was filthy. And that means you are breathing that bad air full of stuff, bad for your lungs, bad for your eyes. So make sure you know where your furnace filter is and how to change it and do it regularly. Monitor your plumbing. Look under the sinks, look in the bathroom. If you have a basement, make sure that if you have anything leaking that you take care of it. Again, sooner is better when you're dealing with water issues in the house. You also want to make sure you take care of your landscaping, yard maintenance. If you have water if you're on a slope and water is coming towards the house, it's important that you make sure that water is diverted away from the foundation of the home. You might need to do some extra work to do that, but it's important that water is dealt with. And in general, you want to keep your landscaping together. We've had windstorms here and other things where if the trees weren't maintained, you could really have some serious damage to your roof and house if you aren't maintaining your yard. Pest control is important. If you see bugs, you want to deal with them. There's lots of safe ways to deal with pests in the house. And we don't have termites here in Portland, but we do have carpenter ants. So if you're seeing frass, little bits of like sawdust around wood, it's important that you take care of that. We do have a kind of a termite, but it's not the kind like you would have in California where the house gets tented, etc. But carpenter ants can do damage too. So you want to make sure that you're dealing with taking care of pests before they become a problem and they've chewed through too much stuff. Appliance care is important, cleaning your appliances, making sure that you are, for example, cleaning the lint out of your dryer. And lint can cause a dryer fire. It has happened, so don't be too casual about that. It's important that you do that every time. You want to also make sure that you take care of your smoke detectors. Smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors have a lifespan. Smoke detectors are good for 10 years. Carbon monoxide detectors only 5. So make sure that you're checking them all the time and maybe mark on your calendar when it's time to replace them. Some people do a check every time daylight savings switches over. That's a good time to do some biannual checking on things in the home. Lastly, I would say for homeowners, oftentimes they don't realize that they need to save and organize documents. So if you do repairs to your house, you're adding things, you're remodeling, you want to save all of those receipts in a file called the basis of your home, so that when you sell your house, the money that you've put into it is not considered part of the profit of your home. You will then have the total amount that you've invested in your home deducted from the profit, so you're not paying taxes on that amount. So saving your documents is really important, organizing them. And these days, maybe having a digital version of important home documents would be a great thing to have, just in the odd off case that something bad happens to your house, you have access to these documents online. There's a bunch of good ideas for you, and if you have further questions or want more information about home care, don't hesitate to reach out to me.